We begin with the good news that Nigeria has now exited recession. Well, that's exciting to hear. But Nigerians are still facing difficulties in meeting up with their daily economic needs. And it's in line with this that the federal government intensified its diversification policies, drawing many people into agriculture. But the priority now is to move into the mining sector as part of that policy. Government believes by inviting investors into the sector, the economy will improve. It's question time. Welcome to the program. I'm Benga Ashiru. You may also join in this conversation. Send us a comment on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. The proposed coal-to-power project is one of the low-hanging fruits being targeted by the Nigerian government, considering its rich reservoir of coal deposits in the country. But with the strong indications that the World Bank may not be bankrolling this project, is this a setback? Can the federal government realize the 30% target of power supply to the nation using coal? What's more, the never-ending fairy tale of Ajaokuta Steel Company is another sad commentary in Nigeria's misadventure in the steel sector. Putting this into proper perspective, we had a chat with Nigeria's Minister of Mines and Steels Development, Dr. Fayemi. We began by examining the change of name of the ministry from the Ministry of Solid Minerals to the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development. Does it in any way address the deep yearnings of Nigerians in terms of income generation, job creation, and economic growth? What's in a name?
Well, symbols are important. Yes, we often do dwell more on the substance of the work that we do, but people really want to know the entire gamut of the responsibilities that this ministry has. And that's what informed the change of name back to Ministry of Mines and Steel. If it were left to me, I would even probably call it something else. I would want it to be broader. Mineral resources, maybe, because steel is just one component of metals that we have. We have other metals beyond steel. But I think for now it's adequate. It captures the essence of the work the ministry is doing. It also underscores the importance of steel amongst many metals that we have as a major driver of manufacturing.
Looking at the roadmap for the mining sector now, investors are calling for an independent regulatory authority for the mining sector. Is this the way to go?
Well, the structure that we met has the ministry as the policy-making vehicle for delivering all of government's objectives in this area. And it also has a range of regulatory mechanisms, including the Mineral Licensing Agency, the Mining Cadastral Office, the Mines Environmental Compliance Department, the Mines Inspectorate Department, as well as the Artisanal and Small-Scale Miners Department. Don't forget that all of this actually came under the Mines Inspectorate Department, which is an old vehicle that predates Nigeria's independence. So it's that Mines Inspectorate Department that was unbundled into those other departments that I have mentioned, in addition to the Mining Cadastral Office. But what the committee that I set up came up with, and which the review that we had with the various industry players, as well as the states and host communities, arrived at, was that it's important to have an independent regulatory agency that houses all of these various components of it. And work is advanced in that direction. The new legal framework has been drafted. It's now with the Ministry of Justice for its own review, which is the standard practice. And it would then go to Cabinet before it eventually lands in the National Assembly for conversion from a bill into a law.
From your roadmap, we can see the need, the dire need to strengthen the participation of small and artisanal miners in the mining sector. So how far have you gone in this regard?
Actually, one of the key things we've done, you'd recall the last time you spoke to me about this, I made it clear that 80% of the operators in this sector are in that broad category that you mentioned, artisanal and small-scale miners. And what we've since done was to encourage them to form themselves into cooperatives. We would be launching a 2.5 billion naira loan scheme for those artisanal and small-scale miners. We have worked out the framework with the Miners Association of Nigeria, with the Bank of Industry, and with our own Solid Mirrors Development Fund in the ministry. And this is really a pilot scheme because we believe that in a number of ways we can support them to graduate from being artisanal to becoming small scale, and from small scale to becoming junior miners.
Do you have a structure for proper certification of the small and artisanal miners?
Oh yes, we actually have small scale mining license. And I want to make a distinction between the artisanal miners and the small scale miners. I mean, if you can do business in the region of about 10 million naira, we no longer think you are that artisanal anymore. So between 10 million to 100 million naira, you are a small scale miner because mining is a capital intensive venture. But between 10,000 naira, if you like, to 10 million naira, you are an artisanal miner. But what you need is to find a way to achieve economies of scale. And it's only when you come together with other players in your category and you become a cooperative that we can interface with you and support you, either with machinery or with operating capital, which is often what is lacking in that segment of the equation.